free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate. Offers are free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate. Started with nothing, now I'm in the game. Coaching with Flip, man, remember the name. No license, no cash, no shame. Just hustle data and I built my lane. Driving for dollars, eyes on the block. Motivated sellers, I don't miss a shot. ARV low, got the buy on lock. Assignment signed, now watch me pop. Contracts tight, got the tools on deck. Zoms with the list, now cut that check. Follow up game like a FedEx vet. Close in 2 weeks, say less, no sweat. Offers all free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate. Offers all free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate.
They laughing now, but they be calling later. Yo, how you close without no paper? It's that flip man style, ain't no faker. I'm a deal creator, not a chaser. They gatekeep deals, we break them locks. Send that proof, got the docs on the dock. Due diligence game, yeah, I walk that talk. And the haters just noise like TikTok off. I coach what I know, not just for clout. Real ones know what I'm really about. If you're scared to offer, go ahead and bounce. We make 50K off a mouse click route.
Offers all free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate. Offers all free, but time ain't king. Gotta move fast, can't sit and wait. Realtors hating, but they too late. We lock deals, then we flip that plate.
It's Flip Man, baby. You scared money? Go get a 9 to 5. But if you about that action, shoot your shot. Offers all free.
Flip man, it's the flip man. Flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. We're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate with no cash or credit. Today's topic, do this if wholesaling real estate is illegal where you live. So pay attention to that title. So we'll get to it shortly. And hopefully I'm texting Chevy. I don't know where he's at.
Okay.
We're on. All right. And so, appreciate everyone that joined us today. We're live on Facebook twice, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and even Instagram and TikTok. All right. So let us know where you're located, city and state. Say hello to the community. Post your questions, your properties you want evaluated, and if you can add anything that you want us to know. I love to learn, especially if it's about making some bread. I love to learn it. All right, so I don't know how I'm gonna present that, but I'll try to figure it out before we get too far down. But over to you.
Okay, so Gary Rose is here saying, afternoon, fellas. Stephen Vaughn, welcome back. A good hump day to youngsters of Philly, PA in the house. Then Alexander saying, what's up, Flip fam? Twizzle TV, welcome to live. My first time seeing you here. What's up, Lee Man? And that's Twizzle TV said, I'm not from the Bay. I'm from Oakland. Okay.
Oakland, Oaktown.
What's up, Flip? And what's up, Flip? This is your folks in Oakland, California. And is this okay? I'm gonna let you pronounce that one. Ty, I'm gonna let you figure that one out. She's in Peoria though.
Is that Nilija?
Nalaja?
Yeah, yeah.
Nalaja? Okay.
Nilija.
Nalaja.
Nilija. I'm gonna say Nilija.
Nalaya. Okay. Welcome to the live. First time seeing you here. And she is in Peoria, Illinois.
Mhm.
And Michael Fortons said, "What's up, Flip Man? Is now a good time to wholesale with the economy being in the tank?" Okay.
Yo, hold on. Wait.
What
And
happened?
we,
Wait.
what's up, Chevy? What's up, Chevy?
What's
Wait.
happening?
Is this what I come on to?
What? That question?
Yes.
No,
he
bro.
must have been following you for a while.
Oh yeah, he might not. Yeah, he might know how
Oh,
we get
man.
down. Yeah. So to address his question, right? Is this a good time to be wholesaling when the economy is in the tank? You know, it seemed like ever since I guess not always, but that's such a perception thing.
It is.
Than what's quote unquote reality. I think unemployment is as low. It don't really get much lower than the 4% is at or whatever. Um, so now there is a bit of inflation on certain items or whatever, but opportunities are vast. They like I think they say like don't quote me on this, but I know it's high seven figures like 8 million jobs really need to be filled or whatever. It's some ridiculous number. So if someone's not making money, it's literally because they don't want to. It ain't their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's on a job, your own hustle, a combination of both or whatever. But get back to what we're here talking about is which is wholesaling real estate. So to answer your question, so always ask yourself this: what was his name?
His name is that's
Michael.
Michael Fortons.
Yeah. Um,
He's in Lauderdale, Florida.
if they didn't pass any laws or bills to make real estate free, there's going to be endless opportunities, especially when you combine that with the power of the internet, and you're able to target stuff nationwide. Um, so all you have to do is ask yourself, Michael, are people still dying? Yep. Are people still getting divorced? Yep. Are people still losing their jobs and or incomes? Yep. Do people still have properties that they have been landlords over and they're tired? Yep. You have retiring people, right, that have portfolios of real estate properties that their kids don't want to have nothing to do with. We know that exists everywhere, right? Health situations that can, one of the fastest ways to go broke is a health situation, right? And we know that exists with all the trash food we consume, all of us for the most part. You really almost can't avoid it. You can limit a little bit in your selection, but that causes illnesses, among other things that we probably don't know of. Kids going off to college, that's getting more expensive. So something needs to be liquidated, right? The point I'm trying to make is life creates opportunities that will create great real estate deals and opportunities. I can pull up anywhere you want to name of any decent size where people are buying real estate every day, investors. So what that means is, to answer your question, it's always a great time. Matter of fact, Michael, when it's quote unquote the worst is even the best time. When you say the economy, that's the even best time. Assuming what you were saying was true and it's just terrible, that's the best time to get into real estate because there's a lot of underpriced real estate on the street. You still gonna have that group of people, which is very large, that still have money to invest. It's like the best time to get into real estate when quote unquote the economy is not good.
So that answers that question. And
Can I chime in on that?
go ahead.
Yeah.
I think I used to run a business, a marketing company where we was inside of Sam's Club, Walmart's, all that, engaged in talking to people, trying to sell them direct TV. But it was a bigger picture. It was more of like a management program where you could start at the bottom and grow within the company and everything. And a lot of times what happened is, there's people that comes in that business and they like people buying direct TV, people doing this, and everything is just a perception. It's all about the effort that you're willing to put in for the results that you want, right? And there are so many people that come into this industry when it comes to real estate to where they get confused on what works and what doesn't work. And I gotta let you know, guys, all that work is hard work. That's all that work. You taking massive action and you know what you're doing, you're gonna find success. It might not be right away, but if you have the determination and you keep your head straight, you're gonna find success for sure. Everybody goes through the moments to where they start second guessing or wondering, is this for them, is this not for them. It's kind of like digging for gold. Understand that you keep on digging, the gold is there. Like in real estate, the money is here. You just got to keep on talking to sellers or building a relationship with buyers, and you got to make one or two connections. Either you're talking to sellers or you're talking to buyers. You connecting deals together. That's our industry, plain and simple. There's nothing else about it. That's how simple it is. Right, Flip?
That's simple. Don't confuse simple with easy, but
Yeah.
it's
No,
definitely
do not confuse simple with easy.
but
for
it's
sure.
definitely that simple. It's finding a great deal, connecting a buyer to it. So no,
I was going through my Go High Level, man, and the text to talk as far as talking to sellers, I have a higher response rate as far as engaging with sellers when they respond yes to me rather than cold calling and hoping somebody pick up the phone. That's what I'm noticing over the past 6 months, bro.
good.
Uh,
That's some good info.
Ricky Hughes is here. Said hello, everyone. And so it's pronounced Nilija. Nilija. Okay. And I wasn't being funny or anything. Nilija.
No,
I just wanted to make sure I was getting it right.
yeah. We like to.
You right. You know what I'm saying? And
I
you
was wrong. I was thinking the J was silent.
okay. So
No, I said Nalaya or something like that. Yeah.
Nilija. Yeah, but you did put a jaw on the end. All right. So Candace, welcome to the live. It's my first time. Well, I think I have seen you, but it was a long time ago. So welcome back to the live, saying hello. And then Christian Nation said, hello, guys. I'm from Ottawa, Canada, Mexican background. I'm starting in real estate, guys. Where do you do business mainly? I'm looking for buyers that I can bring deals and value to, fellas. So that's his question. What part of the country are you
I
doing
mean,
business?
I think it's completely up to you, man, as far as what area you want to target. We can move deals nationwide as long as there's buying activities. As long as there's buyers buying, we can move it. So, just on that perspective, we're here to help you guys be able to find buyers for y'all deals. As long as it's a deal, it's going to move. It just got to make sense from a buying perspective. There's got to be enough equity in there for the buyer, enough spread in there for an assignment, and everything got to make sense overall.
All right. And then Candace is on Facebook saying, I see 2 foreclosed lands that are up for auction. Can I still try to get a hold of the owner for these? Foreclosed land that are up for auction.
I mean, as long as you find the seller's information and reach out, that's the first step is getting in touch with these sellers, with these landowners and homeowners. That's the first step.
All right. And then Michael Forton says thank you. And also on Instagram, there is no me without God. That's his name. And it says, how can I add you guys to my buyers list? I'm in Virginia Beach.
Oh man, we love Virginia Beach. Love to do some deals out there for sure. Whatever you have, man, just send it over. Um, you can send it to Ty at Deal You Later, 205-964-5243, or you could text it to me, 318-588-7134.
All right. And Twizzle TV said, I'm dealing with the elderly right now. Maybe.
You're dealing with the elderly like you're at work, or you're dealing with the elderly like you have somebody that you're talking to that's interested in selling? What do you mean?
Let's follow up that statement, Twizzle TV. And Christian Nation said, there is always a crisis or economy crisis, war all the time, COVID crisis, banking crisis, crisis. And it turns you that COVID crisis was great for business.
Yeah, you got to look at the beautiful bill that Donald Trump got going on right now. Guess who's winning? Guess who's winning from that? Come on, man. It's all a game. You just got to learn how to play it.
And Twizzle TV, he did follow up. He said, I'm assuming it's a he. He said, I work with a lot of elderly that went to retirement and they're selling their homes.
That's a good situation, man. You know, a lot of times, especially when, you know, the elderly don't have nobody to care for them, they have to now go into retirement home, living care, all those things, man. Which isn't bad. You know, my mom used to run one of those facilities for sure. So they definitely take care of their residents. Think of it like they're giving up their home to now go live in an apartment because they don't want to maintain the house no more.
All right. And Dave Darden is checking in from Facebook, says hello.
Hey, Flip, while we at it, man, can you check this out for a date for me, man? She's been trying to get me to look at a land for her. And let me put the information in. Let me put the information. I'm gonna put the information in so you can check it out for me, okay?
Okay.
All right. And Alexander S is saying, like, if you're on here, and this info is always inspiring and helpful. And Michael A, which has Directly Yours Home Solutions. I'm a month into wholesaling and haven't landed my first deal yet. Is there any advice a month in?
Well, you really gotta let us know what all action that you're taking, man. Are you driving for dollars? Are you cold calling? Are you networking with other wholesalers? What all action are you doing? There go the property, Torian. So Flip could look at it for us.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a vacant land.
Okay.
All right.
Let me just get it up first now. You go to the next one with me. Let me just get it up.
Sure.
All right. So, Rocky, welcome to the Losman's first time seeing you here. Hello from Rochester, Massachusetts. And then Terry Hill, welcome back to the live. Hi there. I was wondering what's the best way to market a deal when you get it under contract in 2025?
Present it to a buyer. What happened is you get a deal on a contract, right? Depends on the city. You could actually go into those Facebook groups, or you could search for a buyer through Better Business Bureau. You could search for a buyer just simply as having a tool as far as investor base. You could search for a buyer through us. Just come in and letting us evaluate the deal, see if there's buying activities in the area as well. So there's plenty of different ways to market a deal once you put it on a contract. You just got to make sure it's a deal. That's all it is. Because a lot of times we say deals, but it's not a deal. So you want to make sure you be proactive and do due diligence and understanding what's a deal and what's not a deal.
Okay, great. And Tuzzle TV said, well, we already talked about that. And then Christian Nation on YouTube, I have a couple of friends in the sub 2 community with Pace Morby. And I have people moving deals in Arizona, Florida. I've been learning from the past 4 or 5 months now, and I need to close my first deal. All right. And then Michael A is saying, I primarily or am on virtual. I've done paper leads. I've done text blasting. I've done cold calling. I've done my I'm doing my nine to 5, and also putting in about 5 to 10 hours a day wholesaling.
Okay. So you're putting in 5 to 10 hours a day wholesaling. You're doing paper leads. Paper leads are pretty effective. I think it's the conversation. If that's the case, man, you definitely should be paying attention to the type of conversations that you're having with sellers, and also understanding what's a motivated seller and what's not a motivated seller. So recognizing those signs based on the conversations that you're having with them. And the other part to it as well is you have to add, if you're doing text blast, and you just got to make sure that you're paying attention to all the inbound text that's coming back to you. Because me personally, I've missed a lot of people saying yes to me, and I have to go back through all of those text messages just to find my yeses. Like, I just text a guy that I was supposed to text like 2 weeks ago. He's like, "Why you just not getting back to him?" I was like, "Man, I just been busy." So you just gotta be proactive and paying attention to what you're doing.
Follow up.
Yeah, money is in a follow up for sure.
Okay, so here's this property here. It's interesting. So just a lot. Looks like it's on a back street. Looks like.
Right.
The
seller wants 69,000.
Oh, okay. So you got some stuff in here. I guess this is a commercial building right here. This may be commercial right here, I think. Let me just click on it just to make sure. Nope, it's a single family. Okay, 437. It's interesting what's going on in here. So let me just go to what is it called? The land portal. All right, and let's see. This is see what they think is worth. Just off the top before I dive a little deeper. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's 0.1 acres, so it's very small. So it's showing it's only worth about 9,800, 10 grand, I guess you would say. So that means you're going to need to get it cheaper than that. You know, that sort of falls in line with what we're seeing for some values, and it's a little tricky or whatever too in there. But I would want to show 69 is totally out of the question there. So, 4 or 5 grand, maybe sell it back at 8, a little under the market or whatever. Let me go back. Where was it? Because the way it looks, where's the thing at? Is it? Where was my map? What is it? Yeah, so you got just in that particular block, you got stuff that's really low. Then the next block over sort of similar, then stuff starts to jump a little bit. But based on what we see right in here, that's about in line to probably what is really valued at. That's probably aggressive in reality. Um, it's actually probably aggressive in reality because if houses are selling that cheap in there too, that little area right there, the land's going to be even a lot more cheaper than that. I think that's all. These some of these other ones are houses. I think that's a mobile home right there. So, but yeah, so it has to just be really cheap, on something like that to even have a chance.
Okay. Well, there you go, Day. You got to be under 10 grand.
No, what? No, under 5.
Okay, under 5 grand, under
Mm-hmm.
5,000.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. We answered that question. All right. Phil W said flip Oklahoma starting November 2025. He wants to talk about the topic. New law can't even double close. Old law need license, but able to double close anyways around. So he wants to focus on the topic today, which we'll get to that, Phil, and then we'll address that during that segment of the Lawrence Green. Well, let me address the young lady that's on Instagram. Next Level of Art says, hello, how can I get in touch with the 2 young men on this live? And then she followed up the statement. She said, hello, Mr. Flip Man, how can I get in touch with the 2 young men on the live? And she strictly wants Todd to answer this question because she said Mr. Flip Man. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, here's a well, you see that number on the banner, and you see Chevy's information scrolling at the bottom or whatever. And here's my email address somewhere. I don't know why I don't have this more organized. Right here. So there you go.
That's for you. Next Level of Art on Instagram.
That's for you. This for you. Can't get right.
All right, Lawrence Green said, driving for dollars, and I ran across this property. This is in Texas City, Texas. And I spoke with a gentleman who claimed to be affiliated with the mortgage firm. Seen the property on Zillow, but the gentleman told me that the property was going to be up for auction the first Monday of next month.
It looked like it's already on auction.com. That there's a foreclosure deed already filed. You want me to share? Look at it.
So is it savable? Can you do a sub 2 possibly or whatever?
It's a great question, man. Let's look at it. Let me show you guys what it looks like.
I'm gonna add you back. Well, let me take that off. Put you on. Okay. Right now it says Zoom. Chevy.
Oh, it does. Oh,
yeah.
Hold on. It says Zoom. Did I? Yeah, I did the wrong one. Okay. Let's see if I do the right one. Okay, now we should be good.
All right, there we go.
It's not a bad looking house. I would be in more talks with the sellers, and I mean, there's a realtor sign outside as well. So it's definitely. Let me see if it's listed. It looks like it's been listed for 36 days. You probably need to see where the seller motivation is at. Do they want to save the house or whatever the case may be? That'll be your biggest thing, is to just gather some more information from the seller. because just from what this is looking like, saying there's a foreclosure deed already been recorded. So I've never attacked something like this. So I've done short sales and all that stuff, but as far as foreclosure, I haven't done nothing like that before. But I mean, it's just on auction though, so you never know. It might still be in the seller's name.
All right. And we have some people that are over on TikTok. Georgia Surface Pro said, "What up? What up, Flip? See, you've been out a long time." Tommy is saying, "Is the Orlando market still viable?" Orlando, Florida.
Oh yeah, as long as there's a lot of people there, it's viable, my man.
Yeah. And Mortgage Mom is checking in, saying she's from Killeen, Texas. Christopher Boyk is New Bedford, Massachusetts. Tommy says, "Good afternoon." And Stranky56Z says, "Ain't seen Flip Man in years. Glad to see you still doing well." And
Yeah, baby.
so
I guess to a lot of people, they surprised that you're still alive. You still out here in it.
No, man.
train don't stop. Don't
Hey,
stop.
if it hadn't been coming through his feed, but I mean, I ain't doing a good job if he already knew I existed or whatever. So
A lot of times, though, people just get the information, they go off and do their own thing. That's sometimes what it is as well.
yeah, I still should be coming up.
Well, that algorithm, if you change your focus and you start looking at other videos, it ain't gonna recommend it. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
But it's AI, they really on top of that stuff now.
You right.
There go another one, Tori. When
Oh, you got no property? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Is this a house?
Yeah.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
I mean,
I got you.
I'm gonna let you do it if you want to do it now. We just getting started. We 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the screen. So is this one that you're looking at? Is this from day?
This one day send over.
A day? Okay.
Solid looking house for sure. Let's see if we have any buying activities. Yeah, plenty of buying activities. Nice. Okay. Let's see. What investors are paying. Nice. Okay. 118, 128. So we're really at, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, if you could get this around 100K, probably still be solid. Asking 99. Oh, nice. They're asking 99. Let's see here. 128, 15, 188, 15. That was okay. This is going to be closer to where it's at. Let's look at this. This is going to be the closest thing to it. 3.2, built in 2000. And this one sold for 128. And then this one is 130. So then, let's do 130,000. And this one needs some work. Okay. So they asking way too much at 99,000. Let's see, 1,300 square feet. Yeah, you really need to be more around the 40, 45, 50,000 range for it to make sense.
You said 54.
Yeah, 45 to 50 for it to make sense. All right, I gotta go drop my mama off at the airport, bro.
Okay. All right. All right. Handle your business.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
Vacation.
All right. Lionel D wants to know, Todd, that warehouse you're advertising, did you flip it yet? One of my realtor friends has a nice network of buyers, and a few of them want me to send it over some details of the property. And hello.
Yeah, just not yet. Just email me. Let me find my email. Yeah, just email me.
All right. And Phil had a question, but I think it was for Chevy. He said, what is a good creative finance deal? What things do I need to look for it to work?
I can definitely tell him that. So, well, it's all creative financing opportunities come in all shapes and forms. Whether they owe something on the property or they don't, it's just going to depend on the number one, their situation and how attractive those terms can become. So it's not one just cooker cutter approach to it, because each situation is different. Where the house is located, what are the rents are in the area, what do they owe, what's the monthly payment, is the mortgage current? If it isn't, what would it cost to catch it up, to bring it back current or whatever. So, and then obviously if they don't owe anything or they're not in trouble as far as the mortgage payment. Now, if they do have a mortgage, or whether they do a subject to, or they want to do a lease option or something like that, or if they don't owe anything, it's just a straight, just owner finance deal with that type of lien in place, that'll factor in too. Now, will they accept just monthly payments, no interest, no down payment? Or do they want a down payment with interest and terms? How long? All that stuff will factor in. Just no one cooker cutter approach. The first hurdle, just like with anything, number one, do they want to sell? Number two, are they open to it? All right. And then you just have to, based on, that particular situation. And you have to think in terms of, I got to make this attractive, either that makes sense for myself, and or if I'm going to flip it out and make it attractive to some other investors or even people that actually want to live in the house or whatever. So, but it's just no one cooker cutter approach on that, because each situation is going to be different. Will determine on what you negotiate as far as terms.
All right. Michael A said, what is your guys' preferred ways for leads, to get leads?
Man, I guess so much stuff sent to me. It's sort of hard for me to even say that at this point. But text message it can be very effective. As a matter of fact, I did a video post that I'm an affiliate of Launch Control right now, and Sheriff was just talking about it. It can be very effective if you go to text to flip. I'm gonna create a little banner here. I was working on one right now for something else, but I'm gonna create a banner for that where you can go over there to that and dive into it. And they actually have a do it for you option also, where they have VAs that'll actually do everything for you just to get it up to the point where now all you have to do is just get on the phone with the seller, negotiate the deal, put it in the contract, and do what you do or whatever. But the reason text messages can work so well is because it's just going to get one of the highest response rate based on the cost of it, right? And most people read their text messages whether they know the person or not, versus if it's cold calling or direct mail and stuff like that. All of that works. It's just the response rate is so much lower in a lot of cases for the same money. So if I just had to recommend something, so if you want to take advantage of that, I think you just text the word text over to my 205-964-5243, and that'll get you going in the right direction.
All right. And I think we addressed Dave Darden with Chevy. And then Lionel Jackson is saying, what up from Baltimore? Aisha Knight, it's my first time seeing you here. It said hello from North Carolina. And Lawrence Green said, okay, did he mention something concerning short sale? Okay, so I think he was talking about something Sherry was talking about. And yes, David Bowie, welcome back to the live. Said, laughing my ass off. The train don't stop. Absolutely. And Ricky Hughes, hey Ty, I looked at your last webinar, and that was a great idea.
What did we talk about?
Yeah, to be more specific.
The flippinar, not Monday. The flippinar. I don't even remember what we talked about. Let me see.
He probably can remind us what he's talking about.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's referring to the topic, and the topic on it was rental number one. With we're just talking about owner financing. Yeah, so what did how did I explain it? Oh, as far as making the offers and stuff on I was referring to the slow flip method by Scott Helnick or whatever his name is, and I'll title it as the boring flip or whatever. But just targeting, just using listed properties as an example, between $30,000 to maybe $70,000, and we'll just say from the condition of the property that you target. You could target stuff that's renovated in reality if it's in that price range, but normally like it needs updating and everything back. Ideally, go everything back to just almost to the point where it just totally probably needs to be torn down. Ideally, I would prefer to probably stay with something. It just hit or miss. I hate to even put it out there, but really, when I say updating, the house was built in 1981. They took really good care of it, but they haven't updated it since 1981. So that's what I mean by that. It hadn't been modernized or whatever. So, with modern layouts of houses, and then you can go all the way down to stuff that, needs to be torn down, obviously. But I was saying like maybe something that just above livable. I mean, just below livable. Then that's subjective though. You know what I'm saying? So, but basically I was just going through, and I think I did it the day before. I don't know what's the name, but going through.
I want a house that's really, really torn up.
Yeah, but that's so subjective. People's mind, you know what I'm saying? So, but so like they're asking $30,000, you offer 100 payments of $300 a month. So that's 8.3 years. I mean, that's 8.3 years. So what is that? 8 years and 4 months, something like that, or whatever, as far as payments or whatever. And just another way to possibly get your offer accepted. And what I was saying is that sometimes owners don't need the money. They just want their price, but they don't have to have it all at once. They just want their price. So they'll take payments. So sometimes it's just that simple or whatever. So, and sometimes just offer, hey, I prefer to do it that way. I like the cash flow on it or whatever. So, there we go.
And Abel Lopez says, thank you, Flip Man and the team, for all the insight. How do you navigate sellers asking for a contract, then not signing? And we are based out of San Antonio.
Yeah, that's going to happen. If you do this long enough, you're going to send contracts over and sellers don't sign. They just hadn't, they still not there yet. That's going to happen. The only thing you can do with any of this stuff when sellers are not moving, or buyers, but definitely sellers at the pace that you want them to move at, but they hadn't told or you all are still in some form of negotiation. I got one right now from my bandit mail. I just need one to close before I really go gung-ho with it or whatever, but it just catching, what, to get her on the phone or whatever, the seller. So she gets off right about when we're on live right now. And normally I forget it every day. I set myself alarms and everything because it's important to me. I'm just trying to, prove this concept or whatever. And she seems like the most reliable, one that's going to probably make it happen, even though she got to get her sister and her nephew to agree to it or whatever. That's what she's good with it. She just got to get them to agree with the price that I offer. on it, but that's all about follow-up is my point that I'm trying to make or whatever. So all about follow-up.
Okay, and then Christian Nation has a property that's in Mesa, Arizona. Said they are asking 355K.
Okay. All right. Let me see. What am I doing here? Let's see, post. All right. So they want me to comp that.
Let me put it back on here.
I'm trying to create a little thing right quick here, but we'll be okay. All right. So let me see the address. 937 6th Avenue. 937 East 6th Avenue. Ah, it pulled up Birmingham. There we go. All right. Wait a minute. There we go. All right, so I got it here. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
So boom. Let me remove this. Okay, so here's the property right here. Guys, we're having trouble with Zomps, by the way, and hopefully I'll have it fixed this week. I chose the developer I've been using. He couldn't fix what we had, so I tried to hire someone else. Looks like this may, even though he has some good ratings, whatever, like it's above his head, then I don't think I did a good job of explaining everything, because he had to basically, he said the code was messed up, so he had to redo everything, but I didn't give him instructions. I just told him the stuff to fix, not how Zomps works completely or whatever, and so that's the challenge we're having. Some of the features still work or whatever, but anyway, so, and the only reason mine probably work because I'm using the version that he sent me. I'm in developer mode here on Google Chrome, and and so some of the features still work based on what I have here. So I apologize for that. We'll get it going though.
Get it fixed.
Yeah. So anyway, so this property here, 20 views per day, 23 photos. Like, see this property right here. I don't think they've updated it. Let me see. Nah, it needs some work, but it definitely was in great shape or whatever. So 1930 build. Yeah, they updated at some point. Let me see. Trauma relocated. See, been on the market 194 days. Yeah, I would probably make an offer on this. You know, it's getting decent views, but you know, this is a decent size market. I think this is outside of Phoenix. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, I would probably offer on this. Let's see, where is this? How close is this to Phoenix? Yeah, okay, that's Metro Phoenix. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I would probably offer on it. I would do the KISS offer. Let me go back. So what we would do if I add it here, boom, hit create offer. So we would be around 213 towards an offer.
213. Okay.
213.
All right. And Kevin Fraley, welcome back to the live on Facebook. And BJ Johnson, welcome back. Say, good afternoon, Flip Man. So how do I wholesale? Oh, okay. Another question about the topic. How do I wholesale in Oklahoma now? Then Lawrence Green said, Flip Man, how would I educate myself to properly make an offer on a property?
Well, okay, so you know, I've made it easy with the KISS method to do that, right? That's what we were just talking about, and of course, Zomps is a huge part of that. But now the Zomps website itself, not the tool, you know, that's where the and I guess I'll show you. So, great question, all great questions, but you know, we'll go into this one more detailed. So, basically, what you'll do is just like this property. I don't know if we can use that one. What we just had up. Let me see. So like this property right here, right? So well, it's listed though. Let's find one that's not listed. Let's buy it. So let's go here. And so I'll scroll down and just look at the map, and I'll just pull up something random. All right. So yeah, we got some good stuff in here. All right. So I'm just going to click on a property. All right. So we got this property right here. So what you would do, you have a property, you just Google it, right? And so now, if I Google the address up here, right? So it's showing the 3 results that I'm looking for. It doesn't always do that, but most of the time it does. So we got Redfin, we got Realtor, and we got Zillow. So Zillow is saying it's worth $297, right? Realtor is saying, now this is not the best way to do this, but it'll get us going. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so and is that the same address? No, that's a different address.
No, that's a different address. Yeah.
That's a different address. All right, so Redfin right here is saying that was a commercial property. 320. So it's still a big. No, it's not that big of a difference. So it's only 20,000 different. So we got 2 of them. So I'm going to probably just say 300,000. Right, is the number. So now that I know the number is 300,000, so I would go ahead and add it to Zomps, right? And then I would go here and I hit create offer, and it's just going to give me what I should offer, right? I can change it to 300,000 based on what I said. I go ahead and manually change that. And so boom, that's going to be our number. 150,000 is the offer. So it's that simple. So you can do it that way, or if you go to zomps.com and you go to find deals and you scroll down to where it says create offer, you click that button. If I put in 300,000 here, it's just going to automatically give me the number I want, 150. That's it.
Oh.
Simplification.
Okay, so RJ has a question. How has the AI wholesale been going?
What does he mean? Talk about the auto leads?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even think they're even in business anymore. I didn't. It's probably they were probably a little ahead of their time. I just thought it was just too expensive for my audience. It is what I know. I know my audience is what. Not everybody, of course. Some of y'all got some serious bread out there, but for the most part, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
But I think they're a little ahead of the time. That's why it's expensive, because they're still a little ahead of their time on what it costs to pull that off. You know, technology normally does 2 things. It gives us back time, and it makes things cheaper. Normally, when you have a product that can do both, you're about to run some numbers up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they only do one. It may save you some money, not really give you back any more time, or it may give you back some time, and people pay. We pay that. I don't even know if they put a number on it, but we're huge. I don't know if the rest of the world is like this, but here we're huge about convenience, which is time. Convenience is time. You know, give it some time back. Like I say, you go into you're getting gas, you know, they don't really make money off the gas per se. They make money on what's inside the store, and the convenience store part of it. Yeah, you can go in there and buy a bottle of water for $2.99, but you can almost get a 6-pack for that. But because you're already there, boom, convenience. You're paying for it.
Yeah, they don't make that much on the gas.
From my understanding, you know, so yeah.
Sharon has a property. She wants to get comp. This is in Chi-Town. Welcome back, Sharon. I know you were on the last live, but welcome back.
All right. So what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, some of the best cooking I ever had. All right. So let's see here. So so it is off market. I'm assuming this is a house. So let's see what we got here. So that's 119, 116, and we got realtor at 178. So it's the outlier. So we won't roll with that. All right. So what I did a search on it. So we got Zillow saying 119. We got Redfin saying 116, and realtor saying 178. So we're going to go with the lower two. And so we'll just go with 115 as a number, right? So again, I added to Zomps, boom, and hit create offer. And I'll just change this to 115, and that's what I said. And boom, you could have went with the 116 and 119. It doesn't matter. You know, that's so close. So our offer will be 46,000 on that.
46,000.
Yep.
That goes for Sharon. And RJ has a follow-up question. He said, what's the best slow flip spread?
What's the best slow flip spread?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what he means by that.
Percentage of
yeah, if he could be a little bit more clear on what he means by that.
All right. And David Bowie, he says, for the two people both of you have seen and coached and personally experienced, what was the most and average gross earnings that you've seen an active wholesaler make in 12 months, knowing nothing at the start?
The most or the average?
Average, yeah, average gross only.
Oh,
most and average. I guess he said most. And
yeah, I don't have I can't tell you an average, but I could tell you the most I've seen. I think Chris just handles Chris the Shark on Instagram, but he did over $500,000 in 6 months.
Wow. No. That's for David Bowie. And Dave Darton says, question time. On the land you just did for me, is there a tool you can see how much they are paying for land in that area? Or is that just for houses?
No, that's what I pulled up. That's what I pulled up. It based that number on what stuff is selling for.
The land is selling for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So that was Land Portal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Land Portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For a day. And Soul Soldier 70 said, if the owner said yes to selling part of the land, could you show how you would analyze and comp and make an offer on this property in Sanderson, Florida?
All right. He said, what could you
He's saying if they're willing to sell part of the land, how would you analyze it and comp it and make an offer on this?
Okay. Okay. So this is the property right here. First thing I would do, I just want to send out a. Let's see how it's laid out. First of all. All right, so it has really good road frontage on it. It's two-sided or whatever. So I'm assuming there's a structure here. Looks like it right there. I would want to, let me use the little draw tool here. Ideally, if I could get all of this right here, this side of the road, sort of, I don't know if that can be considered the back side of the house, but like this, and so that's only like 3 acres or whatever. that would be ideal, right? Because if I could, we could subdivide that down to smaller, 1 acre parcels, if allowed. That's what I would want to do now. Now, as far as what I would offer, let me find a small parcel about that size. So that's 7 acres. Most of this stuff is a little bigger than that. So let me see. So that's only 1.4 acres. How many is this? This is 6. Trying to find about 3 that's on the road. So on the road, let's see here. How big is these? Okay, that's 5 acres. So we'll roll with that. That should be big enough. All right, so let's see here. Some of the best cooking I ever had. All right. So it looks like, what is that, a 5 acre lot? So, so good, 31 an acre. So we're basically talking about, what is that? So for 3 acres, we're basically $100 grand for that. So I would probably want to be around 50 grand for that parcel that I marked off is what I would want to be. Where was the original one? Where was it?
I think it was right with that great patch over there. Yeah.
Oh, right here. Okay, yeah, right here. Yeah, so that's probably where I would want. Is that 12 acres? Yeah, it is. Ain't it? Okay, so that's probably where I would want to be at, maybe 50, and try to move back at maybe 80 somewhere in there, maybe 90 is ideally. You got some room to go up on it. Some of the best cooking I ever had.
All right. Christian Nation is asking 150K. So we offer 50% less of the actual price. Isn't that going to make it quite difficult? Isn't that too much of a price cut? Meaning I'm being a little greedy. I understand no wholesaler or flipper will buy retail.
Not even close to it. So the flipper is not going to, what was the number that on that one? I think it was 300,000. Right. So they're not going to spend. So let's just say they spent you got it at 150 and you wholesale it to them for, we'll just say 170. So you made 20 grand. All right. So, and then they got to put another 50 in it. So they're at 220. So that's about $80,000. That's not a bad payday. But they're not going to spend that. So they're 220 in. They're not going to spend 220,000 to make 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. They're just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, that type of money, they're trying to make a certain amount of money, right? So in order to do that, you got to be at a certain price point to make it attractive for them to be interested. It's not that you're being greedy. It's that they're not going to spend cash money to pay anything to retail. I don't even know any other way to explain it. It is what it is. So, now I'm showing you guys how to do it. Now I would normally go through, look and see what buyers are actually paying, but just running it now, I was just answering the question or whatever. So no, you're not being greedy, I'll tell you what, if you have that attitude, you won't last long in this, right? Because it ain't what you're willing to do or whatever to make money is what your buyers are willing to pay, right? And that's just a normal way of going about it. Back then, I could have looked deeper to really see what they were paying in that area, but it ain't gonna be far off.
And Legend is asking how to find the value of land without comps.
It's hard to do any real estate without comps, any residential real estate without any comparable sales. It's very difficult. I can't. I don't even know. At that point, you may want to reach out to a land specialist that knows that particular county, that area. They can give you some better insight beyond just what the value is, but how much actual interest or activity. And I wouldn't just talk to one. I'll try to talk to at least 2, 3 would be ideal if you can get them on the phone and they would have that, conversation with you or whatever. But it makes it difficult when you don't have anything to compare it to now. Now with land, though, you don't have to be within a mile like you do with houses, especially on larger tracts of land. Now, infield lots, you want to try to be as close as possible because those are just small residential lots where houses already exist. So you want to be close, similar to houses in that situation. But we start talking about larger tracts of land, you may be out 5 or 10 miles comparing stuff, so just depending on the market.
And Ricky Hughes, then we go into the topic. It's about an hour in, but he's asking, I guess, is it extra for the comping part on Land Portal?
No, I think it comes with the $49 option. I don't think it's extra. Answer a couple more.
Okay, cool. All right, so Legend has a property. He said, what would you offer on it's another lot. So it's this is in St. Louis, Missouri. And then RJ just have a question. He said, if I'm looking for a slow flip opportunity, whether it be sell the contract or keep it and rent it out, what would the profit margin look best at? He was following up his statement. A question earlier.
Oh, it'll depend on the property. When you start talking about like that range I was talking about between $30,000 and $50,000. $30,000 and $70,000. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe up to 10 grand is going to probably be your max. You may can get away with more than that. Just depends. The house may be in really good condition, and somebody may be willing to pay 20 grand down for it on a house that you may have to get 70 with the seller for, but you may mark it up to mark it up to maybe 120, 130 or whatever. It may be justified. So your down payment may be, 15, 20 grand. So it's just hard to say what a number would be. But the lower the number, normally the lower the down payment also. So.
All right. And then Christian Nate said, once we have a seller willing to sell, how do we get them under contract? I have this contract. Is it good? I guess it's 2 questions. The first one is, once we have a seller willing to sell, how do we get them under contract?
All right. So repeat that. I'm trying to create something right quick for y'all.
Yeah. So Christian is asking, once he gets a seller that's willing to sell at 50% off, how do we get them under contract?
All right. So, when you get one of them, and now if it's a listed property, then obviously you're going to a real estate agent, so they're going to fill out the contract, but they're only going to use their actual agreement. Then, but if it's just you dealing directly with the owner, then it's just the normal process. You'll just send over, I give away the contract that you can use. Thousands of people have used it over the years. Just text the word contract to 205-964-5243, and that'll get you going as far as the contract when you're dealing directly with the owner.
So do you want to do this comp topic?
Get a couple more.
All right. So Christian Nation is following up. He's saying, now if you're trying to put a link into YouTube, Christian, it's probably not going to come through. But he's saying it's direct to seller. And he said, okay, he'll do that now. So he's going to text that number. Over on TikTok, there were some people that were just chiming in. I don't see any questions, but V Slim said, hey, Ty, I have a few properties that I've seen for sale by owner. And then Mr. Coffee said, what state are you located in? And then Only Facts and Stats is saying, "What's up, brother Ty? You definitely one of the goats in this business."
Appreciate it, man. Glad you joined us today. Thank you very much, sir. Um, let's see here. I'm trying, God, give me 1 second. I'm trying to prepare something for you guys. Use some of you guys some opportunity. Ain't gonna be for everybody, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
So I'm almost territorial. Let me see.
You good? You good?
Almost.
We're not rushing. We're not rushing. We here.
Go ahead and ask me.
Let's see. Legend. Yeah, we talked about. Okay, we still haven't done the lot, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And then and Mr. Coffee, ties in Alabama, Beham. For those of you who don't know, it's Birmingham, but
I did a show in Birmingham.
I think most people know that when you say Beham, we're talking about Birmingham.
Yeah, I think they do. The ham.
Most people know that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm ready. Let me throw it up here.
And then I just realized I was looking up now. I don't know if that's actually true that they call Mobile the port city. Do they call it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I saw it on the Google. I was like, well,
that's what they
is that a real thing, or is they just saying that?
That's real, then.
Okay.
Port City. All right. Okay. So we're going to get into the actual topic. Today's topic: wholesaling ban in your state. Does do this if wholesaling real estate is illegal where you live? Okay. So, man, it's several states have something in place right now. Addressing wholesaling, like here in Alabama, you have to do what they call a wholesale affidavit, where you have to get the seller and the buyer to sign off on that you're wholesaling or whatever. Now, they don't have to display the amount on that agreement or whatever, just acknowledging they know that's what's going on. In other states, you have to have a license, an actual license to wholesale a real estate, like broker's license or agent's license. And some states just a hardcore no, right? No assignments, whether you got a license or don't, So I don't think it's probably like 7 to 8 of them at this point that have something in place, maybe 10. If I may be wrong, and somebody can correct me. And then I'm trying to see. That's really it. Like, either you're going to have a little gray area, you got to have a license, or you got to sign an additional document. It's going to be a combination of things there. So okay. So what can you do? All right. So I get that response. Well, I can't wholesale in South Carolina. I'm okay. Well, you're talking to me. You found me because of the internet. So that's going to stop you. Assuming you can't do anything in South Carolina. The internet is powerful. You're talking to me because of the internet. So that means you can find and do real estate deals in other states where they don't have those restrictions at this point in other states, right? That's number one. But even if you're in those states, when everybody else is running, you run to it.
Right.
Because that means there's going to be even more opportunity. Because trust me, and you're going to have some just legal ways just to do things, right? And so I know when Chicago first came up or whatever, never did it, but it just makes sense to me to do it because I've seen people invoice stuff, because we're talking about cash transactions. When you got a lender in place, all that stuff was hard to do anyway, even before all this came up. But it could just be as simple as this, Tori, right? Now, you have to have your buyer on board, and normally they're not going to care. They just want the deal or whatever. So you actually do get the property. Some people do it this way. And again, it's just going to depend. They'll just establish an LLC for a particular property, and they just sell the LLC. They've done that with foreclosures for years. All right. But that causes you to have a bunch of LLCs set up or whatever. So if you're doing high volume, that may not be the best route there just because of what that is in itself. And I'm not for how far you have to take that, because it just may be as simple as just registering the EIN and just signing up and let them take the distance on it. All right. The other thing is that if you're in states where a license is required and you don't want to go through the process of getting an agent's license or a broker's license, then guys, I think there was a stat from 2024, somebody like 70%, it was some ridiculous number of real estate agents didn't even sell a house last year, right? And so what does that mean? That's an opportunity for you, because there's a lot of struggling agents out there that would love for money just to fall out of the sky. You put in the work that you normally would do, and you leverage their license and you partner on it. You know, you might split it 50-50 because they do have the license, or give them 25% of the deal. I don't know, but you will leverage the deal through them. So they're actually doing the contract, and you all obviously create some type of LLC and you run your business out of that way, but you generate the leads, do what you normally do. It just, when it's time to do the paperwork, they step in place and boom, you all split as agreed upon. All right, then you have the states where, like, if you can't do anything. I think one state, I think Oklahoma, because they one of the first ones to do it. So I think somebody said they're adding another layer that you can't double close. I would love to look into that, because what does that mean? You can't double close with the buyer's money, because because now they would have to put a restriction on for that to work the way they're saying. That means when you buy real estate, you got to hold it for a certain time frame, because you have transactional funding where it's not the buyer's money. They supply the money and they close the same day or the next day or whatever. So I would love to know more detail on what that means on you can't do a double close. It has to mean either one or two things. It has to mean that you have to hold a property for a certain time frame when you buy it, or you can't use the buyer's money to close the deal in a double close. And what a double closing is, whenever you buy a piece of real estate, you go what they call a closing process. So we call, you hear that term closing a lot, right? And so a seller and a buyer sit down and they close the deal. That's the paperwork to sign, money exchange, and ownership is transferred from the seller to the buyer or whatever. So that's a closing. So the reason double closes are used is that the buyer may fund the deal, come in and sign 2 hours before, fund the deal, then the seller and you come in and sign the next 2 hours, and boom, everybody gets their money. Or you and the buyer came in first. So that's a double closing, right? And so, but the other way of doing it, you have companies out there, lenders, that they'll lend the money, short-term loans, like 1 day, 2 day loans. As a transactional lender, they'll charge 1%, 2%, 3% of the transaction to lend you the money. As long as they'll verify that the buyer has the money, blah, and they're going to close. And then when they close, then you sell it a few hours later or the next day, and then boom, you make your money. Just pay them their fee or whatever. So again, with all that being said, worst case, and it's rare they're going to do everything. Like marijuana has been legal for years, but it's still not legal everywhere. Casinos have been legal for years, and gambling and lottery is not legal everywhere. So everything doesn't hit the entire country when you start talking about when it's state specific like that, where they have to, the states have to agree. It's not a federal thing. But worst case, you got the internet and you can target properties anywhere in the country. That's part of the whole process of my KISS method, is that it allows you to target real estate anywhere, as long as you got access to a laptop or a desktop. You can do it from a phone, but it'd be more difficult to do it from a phone or a tablet. But with a laptop or a desktop, you're in the business. So again, it's always going to be when they say you can't do it. We're talking legal now. We ain't talking about doing nothing illegal. It's normally always going to be that loophole that you can do it. It just is, especially when you start talking about stuff like real estate. And I think most of this applies to residential real estate. So worst case, you just go all commercial, because they don't put those laws in place in most cases with commercial, because everybody involved is an investor. When you start dealing with single family, they think people could possibly be taken advantage of. But it's just a realtor's thing that's, they feel like money's been taken off the table from it. It should be like all realtors should be wholesalers. Like in reality, it's just crazy, man. If you think about it. So, but yeah, that's how that's broken down as far as the legality of it. So it's not a bad thing. I don't look at it bad. I look at it as an opportunity personally, or whatever. I like to see stuff like that, or whatever. So while I'm talking about that though, so there's opportunity, guys. It's not for everyone. A lot of you guys, if you do any posting on social media with your own content, whether it's for pleasure, whether it's to make money, you have any of those skills or interested in developing those skills, you may not know nothing about it. It's an opportunity to partner with me by clipping my videos. I have tons of content, and it'll make more sense what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a video or it'll be me introducing what's going to happen, but this other guy, he can really break it down and explain it to you. So I don't have it ready yet. So basically, if you text the word POST, POST, to 205-964-5243, you can start clipping my videos and making money. So how will you make money? So basically, it's on a pay-per-view deal, meaning in the world of internet marketing and social media, people get paid by views. So it's called a CPM. They'll break all that down to you. But long story short, you get paid on how good you are at getting people to view my content or whatever. So you can clip Flip Man's videos, get paid. Text the word POST, POST, to 205-964-5243. You'll get a little message back, say you're on the waiting list. So I'll probably have that video ready to go no later than by tomorrow. And I'll just send out a text message to you to let you know that, it's ready. Take a look at it, and it'll give you the instructions from there, and we'll be able to provide any support from there. So this ain't for everybody by no means, just a side little project or whatever, or, one of my hobbies and beasts that I'm feeding or whatever. A lot of younger people be all over this. I do have most of my audience is probably 30 and up or whatever, but I do have quite a bit of followers that, a lot younger, and they probably know exactly what I'm talking. It's called clipping or whatever, but you just basically take someone's content, clip it, and you get paid for that or whatever. So by you posting it on either an existing account that you have, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, or you create a brand new one just for my clips. It may be titled Flip Man Clips or whatever, or Flip Man's Best Clips, or whatever you want to title it or whatever. So if you're interested in something making some side money, it could be some really good money, just depending on how good you are at doing it. On the side, normally it doesn't take on most of this stuff you can just do from your phone. You just have such some good apps that allow you to edit videos or whatever. So like I said, we're going to try to make it as easy as possible for you on the content that we think would go viral or whatever, or get a good, decent amount of views. So just text the word POST to 205-964-5243, and it'll text you back, and we'll get you on the list. And when the video, the training is available to explain to you exactly what it is, we'll get you going in the right direction. So boom, text the word POST, 205-964-5243 if you're interested in something like that.
Get the
and I'm gonna send an email out or a text message out to a certain part of my community that may be interested in it also, or whatever. Also, so look out for that.
Sounds good.
When it's ready.
All right. We did have a proper. Well, this is a lot. The legend doesn't where I left off before we went to the
okay.
top.
Cool.
And
you said it's a vacant lot, so put it back up there again.
Okay. And the question is, what would you offer on this lot? This is St. Louis.
All right. 4. See how that looks. 4474. All right, so let's see here. Let me share my screen, remove this banner. All right. I'm using the land portal, so let me throw that up. I'm sorry. Where is it? The tool that I'm using is called the land portal. It helps you with analyzing land. So just text the word. That says grid. It should be 8 p.m. That's no, here it is right here. Boom. All right. So here we go. So they're asking 85,000 for it. So it's been on the market 40 days. We know that ain't the number. Let's see if we get anything in the land portal here. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So what we got? What we got? What we got? Do 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 do. All right. So now based on this, that should be an actual great deal. Based on this, but the market is not saying the same thing. Now, just looking at these three comps down, it looks like they're asking. I don't know why it's putting a 165 and the comps really um, only showing like if I take that higher one out around 99, so it looks like it's just a little bit of below the market. I think if you can get it for half that amount, maybe 42 or less, I think you would be in business. And move it back probably maybe at 60, somewhere in there.
About 60. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Jamal Fields, welcome to the live. His first time seeing you. Said Illinois is right. I think he was talking about the laws changing. All right. Christian Nation said, bro, I'm in Canada and I'm working and learning to make my first deal in the States. I know I won't land a foot in the first 10 properties I do deals with. I will find the way to have eyes there officially.
Oh yeah, no, you can leverage your eyes through our network here, man. You're in the right place, Christian. Through me, through others here for sure. So you saw my email address before you see the phone number I have here. Also, that phone number can be used to ask me anything in reality. But you don't have to worry about the boots on the ground is basically what you're saying. That can be be done anywhere. I mean, that could be done from anywhere. You can be in Zimbabwe. As long as you got that 205-964-5243, hit me up or just email me.
All right. And Jaleesa, welcome back to the live. She's on YouTube. Says, this is a property. Can you evaluate this land? Got a lot of people.
Pearl.
And today in Pearl, Mississippi.
That's is that Silver Star? Is that that's wait a minute. Put it back up there.
Okay. Silver Star?
109, 108. I think that's near the Silver Star, baby. Let me see.
What Silver Star?
Let her tell you. Let me see.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Might be virtual wholesaling.
No, it's not. Let me see. No, it ain't where I thought it was at. Because this near Jackson. Okay. See, what I was talking about was it's Pearl River. What I'm talking about. Where's Where is
Oh, is that a casino?
Yeah. Philadelphia, Mississippi. Okay, it's Pearl River. That's what it's called. Okay. All right. Hey, ooh, oh my God.
She confirmed what I said. She's like, she's definitely virtually wholesaling. So
Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah. So that's outside of Jackson.
only you would know about Silver Star.
Oh my God. Oh
Well, you must hit big there or something.
no.
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 So,
Terrible. I hadn't been in a minute, but oh.
but I'm sure they treat you well though while you're there.
Whatever.
Well,
Give me some
I'm
money.
saying other than losing the money, but I'm
Hey,
just
give me some money.
get you some
All
food.
that money. All right, so what is this? This is 2.7 acres. Let's see what we got.
You want to put it on the screen?
Oh, my bad. Silver Star. I mean, what am I talking about? Oh. Okay, so here's the.
She has a follow-up question, Ty. She said, I didn't get a price from them, and I need to know what questions to ask.
Okay. Well, it's 6 acres, and so I'm only showing like 19 grand, which is close to what we're showing on Zillow also. So something like this, I'm trying to get it for definitely under 10,000. For sure, probably closer to 5 or so, ideally. But as far as what questions you'll ask them now, of course, you can see. Let me pull up land ID real quick. Whenever you're dealing with land, obviously, does this have road? Well, it has some road frontage. All right. So you want to know if any utilities have ever been at the property, any existing structures there, mobile home or house born, anything like that. Looks like there's some stuff there. Okay. So is this just a piece of land or is it a house? She said land, right?
Land.
I see a structure there. I don't know, it may not be in use or whatever. And then even though I can see it here, ask them, is it in a flood zone or does it have any wetlands there? And then from there, just price. I'm telling you where you probably need to be just based on the land now. Now, if they have a house there, that could change things as far as value, but just on the land, ideally I'm trying to stay, below 10 grand to make some money.
Below 10,000. And he's only said he's only selling the land.
Okay. So is there a house or something there? You need to find that out because it looks like it is one.
So that would be one of the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may not be, it might be in terrible condition. It may not really have any value, but you still need to sort of know.
All right. Christian Nation has a follow-up question. Said, can I close my first 2 to 3 deals without an LLC? I know it's risky, but may as well do it if I really want to get started.
Yes. It's not going to. You should be able to establish an LLC after your first deal. You should have enough money to do that if that's the issue or whatever. So definitely, to answer your question, it ain't going to kill you.
Soul Soldier, I had a follow-up question. When we did the evaluating, you did the 3 acres. He said, once you decide how much land you want, what is the who and how on dividing the land?
He said what now? Who and the how? Oh, that's what a surveyor is for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And RJ said, I feel like I'm asking a lot of dumb questions. It's not a dumb question, whatever it is, to you and your clone. I greatly appreciate the answers, and you want for everybody to be successful. Definitely.
Try mine.
I'm not sure what 85. Okay. All right.
This is another property?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And Netta's been on here before, so welcome back, Netta. Please comp this land, some more land, if you have time. This is in California.
Okay, so let me hold that one up there.
All right.
765.
This is lot 2.
37.
Marietta.
37. What is it? 37685. 37685. What was the city?
Murrieta, Marietta.
Okay. Tigra. Is that what you said? Tigra?
Marietta.
Tigra.
Marietta.
Okay, I got it. Got it, Red Chimp. Okay, boom. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, remove this banta. All right. Okay, so this is 10 acres. I don't see a road access. Let's see. Is this it right here? Okay. Yeah. It has just that small road access right there. So I will still try to put a value on it, but that takes a lot away from it. With that limited road access, I mean frontage. It has road access, but frontage. So it only has had this little whatever's going on right here, right? So that takes away a lot of different things you could do with it at minimum cost. You can always subdivide. You got the money or whatever. So, but just see if we can put a value on it. So let's see here. Try me. All right. California is the place you ought to be. So we loaded up the truck and we moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools. Movie stars.
Texas T.
Oh, yeah, baby. Who wrote that?
Who wrote that?
I'm gonna have to look that up. Who wrote that song? Some brilliant folks out here. Creativity. Well, it's thinking. She's a thinning. So let's see here. Come on, give me some. Give me something. Must be struggling to pull this comp info. Come on, man. Porto.
It was written by Paul Henning and sung by Jerry Scottons. It was the ballad of Jed Clampett.
Oh yeah, baby. LMA, boy. Cement Pond. Jeffro Brodeen.
They were written well, that oil.
Oh yeah, baby. Mr. Clydesdale, always trying to get my boy. All right, so this trip. Let me see.
And while you're looking for that, someone's it's not someone. I think when I do that, the person is Styles and he's asking, should we wholesale QC deeds for land? I don't know what that is.
Quick claim deeds.
Quick claim. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me see if I can old school this since my tool is not making this easy for me. All right, so let's go to I don't think I'm going to do that. All right, so let's see here. So it's not an unknown price on there. So let's go down to the map and let's see satellite. Open up. Boom. Okay. That must be a house back there, that 2-point-something million. Okay. That was a similar lot, I think. Let me see how big was that one right there. Let me see. Let me see it. So that's sold for 188. How big is that? Let me see. So that was 10 acres. So that sold for 188. I think it's just land. Yeah, it was just land. So that's a good comparable. That is sold for 188. That's probably what I would roll with. Looks like it had limited road access also. So I'll just use that as a measuring stick. My what's the name didn't give me what I wanted. It didn't pull anything. It just, I need to let my boys know that. And so I would be at that number. So I would probably want to be around 100 if I was going to offer on it.
About 100.
100 down. So we've been rolling pretty hard here. So hour and 41 minutes in. So, hey, guys, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, if I didn't say it. Hey, opportunity to, if that's your thing, you love social media, got a little video editing skills, know how to make something go. And even if you don't, it may be something untapped that you don't know you didn't even know you had. So would love for you to partner up with me to clip my content. I have tons of it, baby, so you can be unlimited. And even if you want to create your own content around it, like with my offers are free song or the what's half a zero, or really for love for you to create your own content around that for sure. So text the word post to 205-964-5243. It's an opportunity to make some side bread, maybe some serious bread, and turn you on to a whole nother world. It's called content rewards, right? It's a fairly new method of marketing, just content in general for all types of products and services for influencers, non-influencers, or whatever. So if you're interested in doing something like that, text the word post to 205-964-5243. Would love to work with you to get you on the team. So you'll be hearing more about this. Should have the actual explainer video ready to go by tomorrow. And so you'll know exactly what it is. The guy that I chose to explain that to you, he really does a really good job. So what I'm just going to do is just edit his video a little bit, let you know it's me, and watch his stuff, and boom. And then you'll get further instructions from there. So appreciate everyone that joined us this afternoon. Thanks, and we will see you guys on the FLIPSIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that.